Alright, check it out, guys. Brother Maynard here with another game. This is a 2,500 point game. My Beastmen take on some Ogres. And here's an overview of the battlefield. And then on my left, I got 40 Ungors, full command, hand weapon, shield, and 2 Razor Gores in front of them. And then that forest there is a blood forest. And then I got 40 Gores with full command. And in that unit, I got my level 4. He's using the Lore of Beasts. And then I have my my Beast Lord, and he's kitted out for, just to destroy rank and file. That's my favorite setup. He's got 6 to 8 strength 6 hatred attacks, and then my battle standard, who's got the Beast banner. And then in front of that unit, I got 2 units of raiders, and next to them, I got 35 best scores with full command, and another unit of raiders in front of them. And then I have my herdstone, and then I got 2 level 2 and a level 1, and they're both using shadow behind the herdstone. And then on the right over here, I got 24 Bestigors with full command, and they actually have the flaming banner, and another unit of raiders here on the right. And then up here on his left, so my right, he's got a single saber tusk, an iron blaster, a unit of iron gust that has 2 fire bellies in there. And I really like the setup that he's got in his fire bellies, because one of them's got the Hell Heart and the other one's got a Dispel Scroll and the Ruby Ring. And I like that because it's so tempting to not waste Dispel Dice on the Ruby Ring. But if you let that through it, he gets an additional D3 to the casting values of his other spells cast on the unit. So I thought that was a very kind of an awesome way to overcome the fact that he doesn't have a level 4. So I thought that was awesome. And then over here he's got a single saber tusk, a big unit of bulls, and in there he's got his tyrant and his battle standard bearer. And then next to them he's got 3 Mournfangs, and they have the banner that the breath weapon banner that everybody gives their Mournfangs. And then he's got 5 lead belchers, and then another single saber tusk, and then an iron blaster, all the way in the end there. Okay, so I roll up the first turn, and I just kind of sneak my pigs around the building, and everybody just moves up like so. And moving up. And then in my magic phase, my level 4 throws an Amber Spirit, this Iron Blaster, and takes it down to 1 wound. And you'll notice for his wound markers, he's using these gold coins, which is just awesome, because if you notice, his ogre army is actually a pirate themed, which is pretty cool. And then over here, I also managed to get the Curse of Anriar through on his bull unit. So yeah, here you can see that his basing is done to look kind of like it's like wood planks, like the decking of a ship, or like docks or something like that. So it's just really awesome. And then of course all of his ogres are, they're all painted up in pirate garb and stuff like that. So they just look awesome. This is great army. Okay, so in my shooting phase, my Ungors managed to kill this saber tusk in between these 2 units, and then I managed to put a wound on this guy over here. Okay, so the Ogres, he moves the Iron Blaster, just pivots him this way, moves the Lead Belchers up, and then so the Mournfangs, he charges the Mournfangs into the Ungor Raiders, and I decided to actually take the charge with them, because I thought if I fled, he would just redirect into my general's unit, and I figured it was better to just speed bump him, so that he'd kill them and then overrun into me, and then in my turn, I'd have a little bit of magic to use on the Mournfangs, because supposedly those things are pretty nasty. He decides to not march his general's unit up because of the curse, and the iron guts just kind of shuffle up as well. And over here, okay, so he moves his Iron Blaster to like so he'll be able to get some good flank shots on my army, and then he charges this Saber Tusk into the unit of Raiders down here. So in Magic, he hits my this unit of Bestigors with some kind of spell that makes them take a panic check, with which they pass. I want to say it was Burning Head. And then over here, yeah, his Iron Blaster gets an awesome shot on this unit and just kills a bunch of them. Yeah, I think he killed like 8 or something like that. So, man, with being able to re-roll that artillery dice makes Iron Blasters just insanely accurate. So, I guess welcome to the world of Warhammer, you know, where ogres use laser-guided munitions and mutant rats have harnessed nuclear energy. So, what are you gonna do? Okay, so over here in combat, his little Saber Tusk beats the Raiders and runs them down. And over here, obviously, the Morton Fangs run right over the Raiders and into my General's unit. Okay, so my next turn, pop the Razorgores out from the other side of the building. One's going to charge the Iron Blaster, and the other one can charge either the Iron Blaster or the Lead Belchers. And then I move the Ungors like so they can contribute to the fight a little bit. And okay, so over here, this is kind of complicated but very important. The unit of Raiders on the left charged the Bull unit, and I needed them to do that to get out of the way of my big Bestigor unit, because both of my Bestigor units declared a charge on the Iron Guts. Okay, and when the Raiders on the left failed the charge, they rolled Snake Eyes, which is exactly what I didn't need them to roll. So they ended up blocking my big unit of Bestigors, so the little unit of Bestigors gets to go in all by itself, unsupported. So that's not going to end well for me. I really needed to. I wanted the Raiders to fail the charge against the Bulls, but I needed something higher than Snake Eyes. So, yeah, that sucks. So pretty much, yeah, that's going to suck. Alright, so over here, my Wizards, I'm just moving them behind the... both these terrain features are impassable, so they're going to stop cannonballs. So I'm just kind of moving them like so to protect them from the Iron Blaster. And then on my Magic phase, I ended up getting Savage Beast off on my level 4, I think. And so then we go to combat, and man, Mornfangs, ugh. These guys are insane. Yeah, you can see that I killed 2, but they end up really opening up a can on that unit. You know, they take it down to almost half strength. So those things are just disgusting. Disgustingly nasty unit. I mean, you really don't believe, you don't understand how gross they are until it happens to you. Okay, so over here didn't go much better. His Fire Bellies unleash, both of them unleash their breath weapons into the Bestigors, and that, you know, just combined with all those ogre attacks, yeah, there's 3 left, so they break and run away. So yeah, crap. That's not good. Okay, so yeah, that takes us into his turn, and so over here he declares a charge with the Bulls into the Raiders, and I flee. Then he redirects into the Bestigors, and I flee from them because I know he's just going to charge with the Iron Guts too. And fleeing with your units is kind of a subtle science, knowing when to do it, how to do it, because really what I should have done is I should have held against the Bull charge and fled against the Iron Gut charge. That way I would only make 1 flee roll, but he would have 2 failed charges. But as it stands, I fled from the bull charge, and then I had to flee again when the Iron Guts charged me. And so that ends up putting it like this. My Bestigors are just barely on the table. So, oh yeah. So I that's not a good position to be in. I think the right decision was to flee, because otherwise I would have just lost the unit against those two units. But like I said, I think I should have held against the first charge and then fled the second one. So it's a rough lesson to learn, but. And then over here, he takes this Iron Blaster and charges my pig with it. And I don't know how tough Iron Blasters are, but when he did that, I was kind of got scared. Because, you know, when people start charging their cannons at you, it means they're kind of tough. Okay, so... And then over here, he kind of sneaks this Saber Tusk around here to kind of start picking on my wizards. So that's... man, things just going to hell over here real quick. I don't know what I'm showing here, except maybe just an awesome picture. Yeah, I mean, you notice he's got the skull and crossbones on his banners, and just the pirate theme of this army is just absolutely awesome. Okay, so in combat, his Iron Blaster kills my pig and runs off the table. And then over here you can see that I was able to kill the last Mornfang, and I reform like so. And then you can see that, I forgot to mention it, but he blocks my Ungor unit with a Saber Tusk, so that I can't charge his Lead Belchers, so that kind of sucks. Anyway, so when we go into my turn, yeah, my general's unit is in a very interesting predicament. I can charge either one of those units. I wanted to charge the unit on the right, and because I know I'd be in their flank, I'd be able to take him out quickly and get rid of his fire bellies, and basically that's getting rid of his magic phase. But I thought, you know, I'm just not going to risk failing the charge, you know, because if I fail that charge, his general's unit is going to give me the flank, and that's it. And as it stands right now, it's just my Bestigors are almost off the table, so not a time to be taking risks. So I decided to take him into his general's unit. I failed to rally the Bestigors, both units of Bestigors actually, and they panic my wizards, who also flee off the table. So all of this stuff over here is just gone. So absolutely amazing, just amazing. Just goes back to reinforce that, you know, if I'd conducted that flee properly, this probably wouldn't have happened. But it is what it is. So, like I said, I take my general's unit into his general's unit because I didn't want to risk him getting a flank charge. So that's going to be a very interesting combat. And then here's just another picture from the other side. This is just an awesome picture. Really, really cool picture of both units. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention it. I also my Ungors obviously charged the Saber Tusk that's blocking them, and then my pig charged the Lead Belchers. And what ended up happening in combat is that my pig broke the Lead Belchers, won the combat and broke the Lead Belchers, but he couldn't catch them, which sucks. But Ungor's overrun, so that they end up where they are, and then up top in combat with my general's unit, I end up taking the back rank off of that unit, and that's a push. I won combat, but he's got the Stubborn Crown and his Tyrant. So here's how things are looking over here. Oh, actually, I don't think my Ungors killed that Saber Tusk. You can see he's right next to the Bull unit, so they just broke him, I guess. And here's just another cool picture of that awesome fight. Okay, so in his turn, he needs to get rid of my unit of skirmishers, so he charges his fire belly out of the Iron Gut unit, and I flee with the skirmishers, and that's how we're looking right here. I apologize for this picture, but otherwise he just reforms the Iron Guts to hit my general's unit in the flank, and he's able to rally the Lead Belchers. And he does, he starts bringing the Iron Blasters over here so he can start shooting at me. So yeah, things are looking pretty bleak here. My general's unit, this is all I got on the table right here, and I'm about to get flanked by a unit of Iron Guts, so that's not pretty. So over here, this unit, this Iron Blaster shoots my pig, but my pig survives the shot, but he's not lucky enough to survive the next one, so my pig goes down. And it's up to my general's unit and some Ogres to win the day. So, combat goes a little bit better though, and I take another rank off that unit, and you can see that he's really struggling to do any kind of damage to me. He's having a real tough time overcoming all my characters in my fighting rank, and my magic is helping out a little bit too. So on my turn, I just go ahead and take the Ogres into the flank of his general's unit. The extra combat resolution isn't really that important. I really need to kill his tyrant because, like I said, he's got the stubborn crown. And he's also got the fencer's blades and the glittering scales. So pretty much, everybody I got either needs 5s or 6s to hit him. So yeah, he's insanely hard to kill. That's real tough. Anyway, so I take the Ogres in to try to get some additional attacks on him, so hopefully I can squeeze some more wounds through. And then in my magic phase, I get some stuff off. I get the Savage Beast and Wild Form off. And it works out for me, because at the end of the combat, this is what we're looking at. The Tyrant is... he's got a couple wounds left, and his unit's gone, so I'm still about to get flanked. And he's going to take the Lead Belchers into the Ogres, so I'm not in a great position still, but, at least I'm getting closer to killing the Tyrant. Okay, so in his movement phase, he takes his Iron Guts into my general's unit. And you can see I'm missing a whole bunch of Gores. And what ended up happening is in his magic phase, he cast the Flame Cage on my Gore unit, and then he charges him with the Iron Guts. So the Flame Cage spell says whenever the unit moves, each model takes a strength 4 hit. Well, we figured that when in the combat phase, when I made way with my characters, we both figured that was a move. So we just went ahead and resolved the spell. It took off my back rank of Gores, and I moved my Battle Standard Bearer and my Beast Lord into combat with his Iron Guts. And I'm hoping that they're going to be able to kind of absorb the attacks from the Iron Guts and just kind of keep my unit intact. And then you can see up top, he charges the Lead Belchers into the flank of the Ogres, so yeah, I'm really not in a good position here. So we go to combat, and my level 4 manages to kill the Tyrant, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. My level 4 has amassed quite the kill count in his career. I think he's got a Tyrant, a Tomb King, a War Boss, and a smattering of exalted champions and stuff like that. So he's, yeah, you can't underestimate him. He's pretty mean. But anyway, you can see that he managed to get the 2 wounds through on my battle standard to kill him. But I managed to take a rank off the Iron Gut unit, and the Ogres reformed to face the Lead Belchers. And then we just do magic and go straight to my turn. We go to my turn and just do magic in close combat because everything I've left on the table is right here. yeah. So anyway, I end up making way with my level 4 to fight against the Iron Guts, and yeah, here's how things look at the end of my next turn. My Ogres managed to they took a bunch of wounds, but they managed to kill 2 of the lead belchers, so that was pretty awesome. And then my general's unit broke the Iron Guts and killed his Fire Belly. So that's where we're looking at the start of his next turn. Okay, so here you can see that he manages to rally the Iron Guts. He takes that Saber Tusk that was running around down by my Herdstone. Who he sent around to pick up my wizards. He brings him up and manages to he puts him in front of my general's unit to block me from charging the Iron Guts. And my Ungors managed to break and run down the lead belchers. So that was pretty awesome. And then we go to my turn, and actually in his shooting phase, real quick, you can see that my level 4 is no longer with us, and that's because I'm now in the pretty crappy position of eating cannonballs without lookout sirs, because that gore unit is so small. So he manages to kill my level 4. So that kind of sucks. And then we go to my turn, and what I do is I charge my general's unit into the Iron Blaster. He flees with that, so I redirect into the Saber Tusk, and I just move my Ungors so that they're not giving a flank to his other Iron Blaster. And then so in his turn, he fails to rally the Iron Blaster, who flees off the board, and then he moves to the Iron Guts just away out of the shot of his Iron Blaster. And here he's looking to take the game-winning shot right here, because a quick tally of the points puts us pretty much dead even. In fact, I might be ahead by 115, I think, at this point. So that's 15 more than 15 more than the 100 points needed for a draw. So basically, if he rolls a 1 to wound any of my Gores, or my Beast Lord passes his ward save, I'm actually going to come out with a minor win in this game. Anyway, so he takes the shot, and yeah, I'm not near that lucky. He ends up killing all the Gores, and my general fails his ward save. So yeah, that's game right there. Solid victory to Jake. Definitely well deserved, though. I feel he played a much better game than I did. I pretty much just put my army in the crapper on the 3rd turn and then just let them fight their way out of it. But anyway, yeah, it's always good to fight an awesome army like that. The pirate theme is great. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I'll catch you guys later.